Ready?
Yes, of course.
Well, welcome to the Breakup Diet. This week we have a really exciting guest, Ellie.
I'm looking there, right?
Yeah, so this is your camera, this is our camera. So we have a really exciting guest, Ellie Dean.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Welcome to the Breakup Diet.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch your accents, I think.
Yeah, you can start speaking in oh no by the end of it.
I actually might, you know.
Really? Do
Yeah,
you do that?
yeah,
I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I catch accents so easily. If I go up north to see my friend, like by the time I come down, I'm northern. Yeah.
I love that. Would you like to tell us a bit about you to start off so the listeners know?
Yeah, God, where do I start? So I'm Ellie Dean. I'm a full-time TikToker at the moment, and I mainly just report on celeb news, but it's usually around reality TV and dating programs. So at the moment, I'm focusing a lot on Love Island because as much as people say they don't like it, they very much do.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so invested on reality TV. Like,
Me
I watch
too.
so much.
You just need to watch it to forget about your own problems for a bit and focus on someone else's.
Buckle up, bitches. This is gonna get bumpy. This is the Breakup Diet.
So it makes me feel better about myself because I'm like, God, that's rough. You know what I mean?
It's true. I actually think, like, people think it's like wasting time, but I think you can actually tell so much about someone's psychology by how they process what's going on in a reality TV program and how they actually see things. And I actually think it's really interesting psychology-wise, and you like pick up things about different people and actually learn what's okay and what's not by what other people are saying. So
I've never thought about that, but that's really interesting.
No, intelligent people watch reality TV because it's a form of digital social anthropology.
yeah,
That's
it's
what it
true,
is.
Yeah.
Jesus, you just dropped a humongous word. I was like, okay.
It is true, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if I can say it, but I agree
Yeah,
with
say
it.
it again.
Anthropology, social digital-based anthropology, because you're studying the human behavior at its purest form.
Yeah, it's true. I know it's edited, but you're still getting an idea of what someone's like and placing some sort of judgment on them and conversing with people about how they're behaving. So I think it's
And to
actually-
understand other people's emotions, I'm sorry, that's an intelligent person thing.
Yeah, it is.
it's true. That's actually very true. Yeah.
You have a wider perspective on how to react on certain things.
Exactly.
Or
So-
sometimes you can just find someone that you can relate to in these shows.
That's so true. That's so true. Like, I'm sure watching like when someone's upset about a breakup, or like you see how they react to things and it makes you feel better about how you're reacting to a certain situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it's all a waste of time, reality TV. I think you can
It's
actually
not a
learn-
waste of time because men don't like us having fun. That's what it is.
That's true. That's true too. Yeah. What are your favourite reality TV programs?
I mean, I watch them all. Like, I'm like Love Island. I watched Molly Mays. I watched Celebs Go Dating.
Yes.
I like that. That doesn't come out that often, does it?
No, I don't feel like it's on as much. I didn't watch the most recent one because I got quite bored with it. I'm not gonna lie.
Fair.
It just wasn't that spicy.
Yeah, I agree. And Too Hot to Handle, but I also feel like that was really, really juicy, the first couple. And
Yeah.
then-
That first season was the most like innovative television I've ever seen in my life. I have never seen anything that intelligent, actually.
It's true. That was a while ago though.
Yeah, ages.
2020. That
Was
was like
it?
prime COVID, like
Ah.
binge watch.
That's why it came out then. They were like, right, today, well, now is the time.
It makes
to bring
sense.
out.
Everyone was locked in and horny.
That is true.
Yeah.
Signs of the time.
That is so true. I actually didn't watch the second season, but I heard a lot about it. And at that time, I wasn't reporting on like TV then. I was just reporting on my own day in life because I actually had one. Whereas now I just don't. So
Well, let's get back into your dating life.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Yeah, what are you right now?
single in every single form and in every single way, and I don't even know how to get myself even slightly out of the singleness.
I'm with you. I'm with you. It's scary.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm just stuck here, but I'm not mad about it. Like I'm happy, it's peaceful, but at the same time I would like a little bit of affection. Like
it's the compromising peace thing that's kind of hard, no? And also we've got such a set routine with our career.
It's true.
How do we let people in? How do we let people in?
I don't know. And London, it's
dating scene is weird. It's hard.
It's boring.
Yeah.
Like it's not fun. It seems more like a chore. Like, oh, I have to go on dating apps and like I have to go on dates. Like it's not. I don't want to say it's not giving, but like it's just not giving.
Yes, it is not giving. Fair.
Like,
do you think it's harder for you to date now because you like, you know, you're commenting on people on reality TV and stuff, and then you're like, oh my god, men are trash, or you know what I mean, or something like this, or you see all these scandals and you're like, does that make you more scared?
Kind of. I feel like they are gonna. What's not recruit? What's the word?
Pick people.
Yeah, they're just gonna pick people on TV shows that aren't healthy, because the healthy men just aren't that interesting to watch. We don't see the healthy men, even if they're on a dating show. You're seeing the ones with the red flags because they bring more drama and therefore they bring more views. So I'm hoping there's some out there. I just don't know where they are. I don't know where to find them.
Fair. You also don't know where to find them.
Also, it's the time. Where is the time to find them? Like,
it's true.
With our line of work, it's like film, edit, repeat.
Yeah.
Over and over again. There's
true.
And then you got to brainstorm and...
Yeah. You can't be hungover. I feel like on first dates you normally get so... well, I would get so wasted. I know that sounds really bad, but like, you could do it because you're nervous, you're drinking, and then you forget, and then you have so much fun because... goggles. You know, like, and you're like, after maybe the 6th date, you're like, do I like him? But yeah, we can't be hungover. I can't be hungover now.
That's true. I mean, I did a course on blind dates. So I was set up on like 4 blind dates. It was quite fun.
Wait, you need to explain that. So it's a course and you like...
They reached out to me because I was commenting on my own dating life a lot. So they were like, do you want to try this thing where... I actually met like the manager of the company. She asked me loads of questions about me and what I was after, and then every now and then she'll be like, are you free for a date on this day? And then I just go and meet some random guy.
No success?
No.
Were they weird? That gave me weird. You went, no. They were. It's like the celebs go dating. No, they're all a bit weird that go on it, that the celebs have to go.
Yeah, that's true. It is true.
Right? Why do they pick such weird people?
I don't know. Maybe it's only us weird ones.
Yeah.
The ones that I went on date, well, the first guy wasn't bad. He was just a bit bland. And I'm a bit kooky. So we just weren't clicking. And the second one was a bit too kooky. And I was like, oh, you're just a bit too much for me. But it was a nice experience, especially because we're so used to first impressions physical wise nowadays. It was nice just not to have any of that. And like, she'd give you a breakdown a little bit on who the person was before you go. So yeah, even like in London now, meeting people in person just feels impossible. Like even in a bar, I don't feel like people approach people in bars anymore.
People just stare at each other.
No, I feel like if men did do it now, because they would stand out from the other ones and they'd probably get laid so much more.
Oh yeah,
it's true. Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But
they don't do that.
Talking about men, have you ever had a breakup?
Yeah, I've had. Oh god, my dating life from the age of like 16 to 21 was just absolutely awful. That was my last breakup when I was 21, 22, so like 3-4 years ago now.
Are you still scarred from it?
Yeah.
Oh.
just like I've just had a lot of issues that didn't resolve properly, so every relationship that I got into was just another bad one, and I wasn't learning from it. So then the last breakup that I had, I just didn't date anyone for a long time, and then I recently found out that he's started seeing my old housemate who was like there when we were together quite a lot.
Oh.
So that kind of kicked me into going into therapy, because I kind of realized how bad the relationship actually was and saw it for what it was, because I realized that he had lied quite a bit about the things that he was saying. So I started...
Did they get together, do you think, when you were like with him?
I suspected that he fancied her and that she might fancy him when we were together.
It's always, sorry, but that's always the case. You have the gut feeling. Like, women, you have a feeling,
Yeah,
and they're like, no, like, no way.
Yeah, well, I never said anything because, as I said, I was an idiot back then. And I never said anything, but mainly because he would complain about her quite a lot and, like, call her boring.
That's what they do. They, like, badmouth them.
Yeah, so, and he complained about a lot of other things a lot. And then I was like, oh, well, that's why, because he was lying about that. He was just projecting, so lying about a lot of things. And I was like, well, I think I'm probably a bit fucked up from this situation, so I was like, let's just stop into therapy and see what's going on with me. But I've learned so much since getting into therapy. Like, I'd recommend it to anyone, just to like understand yourself a bit better and like your thought patterns.
Yeah, being self-aware is so important.
It's so important, and so many people just aren't nowadays, I feel.
There is no self-awareness or even awareness.
When you had that breakup, was it just like a clean break, or how did it go? Did you remain friends? Did you have any closure? Or
we both wanted to break up. I was doing it because I was really anxious and I felt like I was almost like destroying the relationship because I had a lot of issues, but I thought it was from my other past relationships, but I now realize it was just actually the relationship that I was in. And he wanted to break up to go on new adventures, which I then...
To your friend, sorry.
Literally.
New adventures over to the other room in the apartment. Sorry, that's so rough. That's so mean.
Yeah, and when he broke up with me, he broke up with me over the phone, and he said some really mean things about me, which I think he can admit now that he was just blatantly horrible to me when he broke up with me. So, but he was like, oh, let's still be friends. And I was like, obviously not.
Yeah, are you crazy?
You can't be friends with an ex anyway. Like...
Doesn't work.
No, you just can't be friends with an ex. Like, why would you want to be?
Yeah. Also, like, when you see them with somebody else, like, I think it'd be so hard to just be, like, cool. Even if it's maybe after years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
But still not friends. I think, like, civil.
Civil, yeah.
I also think it's a bit of a touchy one, too, when you, like, have a new boyfriend or something, or a new partner, and then you're friends with your ex. Because it's, like... I don't know, I would find that really...
I would not be girlfriend with someone who's friends with their ex.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Neither would I. Absolutely not.
Because you'd be like, I don't know, no. You've seen them naked. No, just no.
Unless you have like a kid together, you should not be talking to that woman. Like...
Yeah, exiled.
Yeah.
Block, delete, move on.
Genuinely.
Pretty much, yeah.
What do you do when you have a breakup with like social media? Are you blocking them on everything? Are you deleting old texts? Do you have any like go-to things?
I now block them because not in like even a nasty way, like even if it ended amicably, you don't want any reminders that they're alive.
Yeah, fair.
Like, you just don't want to know what they're doing. Like you don't want to. You can scroll and then their face just randomly pops up, and then you could be thinking about them for 3 hours just because of that photo. And it's like, why are you doing that to yourself just to like almost feel pride and like make them feel better about the situation too? Like just cut it off for a bit. Like maybe unblock them after 6 months or a year when you actually are over the situation and you don't want to have some sort of beef with them.
I think it would be hard for your exes because you're on social media now. You're popping up everywhere. I've seen your stuff, so I was like, you've popped up on mine. So imagine if your ex was on.
Yeah, I have thought about that, but
that's kind of haha though. To be fair.
Yeah, like, that's their problem. It's not my problem.
You're like, sorry.
I just can't help it. And actually, he said to me that no one cares about my TikTok when I started off my TikTok, so...
They do care.
Joke's on him.
Yeah, there we go. It motivated me, though, when we broke up. I was like, I'll show you.
That's so nice. That is a nice thing. This podcast was basically formed on a breakup. Both different ones, but that's how we kind of started because it gives you that kick.
It does,
to be like, I'm going to be the best I can be.
Yeah, for sure. And I kind of took the opportunity to then start talking about breakups on my TikTok, and like breakup stuff on TikTok always does so well. So that's literally how my page started, from the breakup. So
What would you, when you were talking about it, what would you do? Like advice on?
I would, because it was during lockdown that I started, and it was just like little clippy things. So I would just make like funny little snippet stuff, and I was so open. I look back now and I actually cringe about the things that I posted, because I just had absolutely no filter. But I don't regret it. I can't complain. Like, it's got me here now. I don't have to work a 9 to 5 now, so
Living the dream.
The come up is always cringe. That's what it is. Once you made it, who cares?
So how did you find out about the friend?
she told me, she messaged me on Instagram, like, just letting you know that I'm seeing
Your ex?
Yeah, my ex.
Was it like a long time?
I didn't want to know. Like, after she told me that, I was like, I'd rather not know anything about it. And I feel like they had been seeing each other for quite a while, because when I saw her last, we all met up as a group. He had seen my Instagram story, like he'd watched it, even though he doesn't follow me. And I don't check who views my like story a lot, but I was like, that's weird. Like, or maybe he just checks it regularly and I just haven't noticed. But now I'm thinking, oh, they were seeing each other at the time. If that makes sense.
I get you.
Yeah.
Did you have a friendship breakup with her then?
Yeah, well, when she sent me the message, I like deaded it then and there. I was like, nah, like, obviously, because I admitted, like, they are more suited than me and my ex were, because we were two pretty much completely different people. We were good friends, but we weren't compatible in like an actual relationship. Like, as I said, I'm quite kooky. He's quite basic and boring. And she's also kind of basic and boring. And I can say that because he used to call her basic and boring anyway. So it's like he's realised that
I
he's
don't like him. Sorry. What a pussy. As if he like said that.
But that's what they do. They talk such shit about people they actually have crushes on.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, he could have just said nothing.
That's why I was suspicious also. I was like, why are you like chatting so much shit about her? Like, why did she bother you that much? But there were other little things that he used to complain about all the time too, and I was like, oh, it's just one of those things. But then I look back now and I'm like, oh,
it's a crush.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you have any closure with him?
He came round to like pick up his stuff, and we went for a walk and like had a chat. But because he said he just wanted to like go on new adventures, and I'm like, not dumb. I was like, what are these new adventures then? Like, what can you not do with me? Because I'm not being funny, I'm more fun than you, so...
Yeah, fair. Fair.
So I was like, basically got it out of him that he just wanted to sleep with other women. And his dad cheated on his mum, so he said he didn't want to be his dad.
Oh.
Fuck off!
Like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, and then after that, obviously, I was like, I'm not going to be friends with you. I just don't want to associate myself with you at all now. So we kind of ended it there. I was on a podcast, because I used to do a podcast with work, and we had to like send our exes a form to fill in about like reviewing our relationship.
What was your work? That's so fun.
Yeah, maybe you should do
Yeah,
that.
maybe I should. Send it to my ex-husband.
You got ex-husband?
Another time. Yeah, so what form? What work?
I don't even remember like what was on the form. Obviously his answers were pretty boring as well, and I actually said that to him. But yeah, he was really nice on the form. So at least...
What did he say?
Well, it was like rate her personality was like 10 out of 10, and he was just quite nice in it. And I was like, and you had to say from 1 to 10 how much do you miss them, and he was like, sorry, but I'm not answering that.
Oh.
And I was like, okay. But now I'm thinking, oh, maybe he was already dating my housemate then, and that's why he didn't want to.
Yeah, maybe.
But why not just like
say 0 then?
Yeah, or say I don't want to fill in the form. Surely you'd do that.
Yeah.
His actions just don't make sense.
Where is the form?
You want this form?
I want this form.
Can't remember what was on it. I'll have to like find it. It's
Please.
I'll have to, because it was a TikTok trend. Like back in the day, people would like send forms to their exes and see what they'd like reply back. So we did one on the podcast, yeah.
That would be interesting. What do you actually think of me? Like,
Yeah.
actually? Because I feel like especially like in a situationship, okay, maybe not even an ex, but it'd be so interesting in a situationship to see their take on you. Because, like, obviously, whenever I've been in a situationship, I've been, like, obsessed by this man, right? But they obviously not obsessed by me, so what is...
Yeah, like, I want to know if they care if I'm dead or alive.
Do you care if your ex is dead or alive?
Kinda.
Or your ex-husband?
I'd love to just see them with their receded hairline and with them gaining weight. That's a big fantasy of mine.
That's
You're
all they deserve.
so weird. As if you said that without even, like, blinking. You're like, yeah.
Waiting for it to happen. Casting a spell.
I mean, it's men. They age like milk. It'll happen tomorrow.
Not all of them.
No,
You
some
can get a silver fox.
Yeah.
But they're probably rich if they're a silver fox.
Exactly. We need men to do a bit more skincare because they age really quickly from all the misbehavior.
That's true. And the stress. I think
Because the stress of being a bad person. Yeah, it does age you.
I mean, no. Well, you have such a bad view on men. You're like anti-men. We're not anti-men.
I mean, that's fine.
It's fine.
It's
Men are
fine.
anti-women.
That's true.
Yeah, they are. They are so anti-women.
Most of them are, yeah.
So, from your breakup, what's been your biggest takeaway?
As we were saying, like, we just don't need men anymore. Like, a relationship is not fundamental. It's just, it should help you grow and, like, enhance your life, but it shouldn't complete you. And I feel like a lot of people still do that. Like, without being in a relationship, they don't feel like they're whole. Whereas now I just don't care.
It's just an adding.
Yeah,
It's like the salt and pepper.
exactly. Like, if it comes and, like, they make me happier and I feel like they make me more confident and I do more things with them and I push myself out of my comfort zone more and they help me achieve my dreams, cool. But if not, I can do all those things anyway. I don't need you for money. I don't need you for, like, emotional need, like, what's the
Support?
Yeah, emotional support. Obviously I want someone for emotional support. It would be nice, but I've now got to a place where I can manage things on my own, or
You're strong enough to manage it on your own.
or just go to therapy like most men should do. But yeah, that's what I've learnt from
The breakup.
my breakup. And I guess you choose a relationship based on what you've learned from being a child and your relationship with your parents, and that's what I'm very much learning at the moment whilst in therapy, because I think I'd analysed my relationship with my dad a lot, thinking that's where the issues have come from, but you also need to, like, analyse your relationship with your mum, and I actually had never done that, so that's what...
Wait, I'm so confused. So would you be now picking men that are similar to, like, your dad when you were in a relationship, do you mean? Or what do you mean?
I thought I was picking men that were similar to my dad, and that's where my issues were coming from. But since being in therapy, I had never really looked at the negative sides of my relationship with my mum. And everyone's going to have negative sides of any, like, relationship. But when it's your parents, like, they've literally raised you. So those aspects of the relationship you're going to think are normal and they're comfortable to you. So because I hadn't seen negative sides of that relationship with my mum, I was then getting into relationships thinking that those negative aspects were normal because they were comfortable to me.
I get it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I get it.
That is so insightful, because now I'm going to start analysing.
You should, like, it's nothing against, like, my mum. I still love my mum, but it's important to analyse because it affects your relationship with your friends, romantic relationships, how you are at work, like, literally
Everything.
Yeah.
Gosh, did you only, like, think of doing that from therapy?
Yeah, for sure. I went in talking about my dating life and, like, my past romantic life, and then I kind of went on to friends, and then she ended a session with, I really want to talk about your mum. So then that week that I was then thinking about the relationship that I'd had with my mum, and I was like, oh, I'd never seen all these things before.
What to do and what not to do, in your opinion, if you're going through heartbreak right now?
Okay, don't go off the rails.
Good start.
Yeah. Don't immediately get into another relationship. Maybe I was gonna say don't reveal everything online, but I did actually just make a whole income from it. So if you're serious about it, then fair enough.
Do it for the bag.
Yeah, basically.
Why wouldn't you reveal it online? Just because of them seeing it, or because your emotions change so much?
Yeah, like the stuff that I was posting 2-3 years ago on my TikTok, I was a completely different person then. Like, as you were saying, you're quite recently out of a relationship or like a situationship 6 months ago, and you're very much anti-men, and I was in that mentality, and I was just posting anything and everything. So when I look back now, I'm like, oh god, like I don't think I should have said some of the things that I did, but at the end of the day, I'm not the voice of reason. Like, you can have a different opinion to me, and that's what I kind of think with the stuff that I'm posting now. Like, it's just my opinion. You can have your own. But yeah, stuff that I would do, like journaling, helps a lot. Talking to friends, so like sending like long ass voice notes to your friends. I always find that's really helpful. I actually really like meditating, to be honest, because I am quite an anxious person in my thoughts, especially after a breakup. You tend to be like over analysing everything, so finding a way to like just shut your mind off and kind of recenter yourself is really nice.
How do you do that? Because if I just close my eyes, I would still have the thoughts, going everywhere.
Yeah, it's
practice.
Yeah, it doesn't come easy. Like, it takes a good month, I think, of like consistent meditating to be able to
Zen.
Yeah.
Do you have like an app or something, and then you listen to the app and it guides you, or what?
Yeah, I have Calm, I think I have.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say therapy now, because I should have gone to therapy like after my first ever relationship to then make me realise what I was doing wrong, because I then spent another 4 years just making the same mistakes, thinking that this person was better and it was going to be different, but I actually hadn't fully fixed myself. I know therapy is expensive. A lot of people say it's expensive, but if you go once every 2 weeks, it maybe will cost you like £100 a month. And like, how much do you spend on alcohol to forget about your problems? Like, let's be real. Like, people will literally spend £100 a week, like a weekend, just to go out and forget about their issues. So you can take a little bit back from that to go to therapy twice a week. So,
and that's more impactful,
Exactly, like long term.
Yeah.
And a lot healthier physically and mentally. So
yeah, and if you're a girl, just get the boys to buy you drinks when you're out instead. Use the money in therapy, get them to buy you the drinks, put in the graft, you walk up to them. No, you walk up to them, somehow get them to splash the cash.
That's true.
I feel like it would be rude if we didn't ask you about some questions about Love Island.
Of course.
Who do you think out of the couples right now will be the first ones to break up, in your opinion?
Oh, who have we got? We've got Casey and Gabby, Alma and Sammy, Curtis and
Ekin.
Who else is there?
Grace and
Oh
Luca.
yeah, Grace and Luca.
They're really attractive together.
They're so hot
sexy
together.
together.
They are. They're both attractive anyway, so together they're stunning.
And the
we missed someone?
Omar?
Oh, Catherine and Omar, yeah. We never see them.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't even answer the question,
I was
sorry.
just about to say, like, you haven't answered my question, but you already...
I actually don't know.
Okay, I'll ask you a different question that you might know of. Do you think anybody in the villa that you, like, have seen, through doing, like, your, investigation, broke up for it, specifically? Like, broke up to go on?
What, like Ronnie and Harriet?
Yeah, or what was the thing about Curtis? Didn't he break up with his girlfriend?
Oh, yeah, did you not see that, like, what she said?
Yeah. She was, like, saying all the stuff as
So,
well.
yeah, Curtis apparently broke up with her once to go back on Love Island games and, like, pressured her to do it because they said that it was, like, for their relationship and gaining money for, like, their future family or whatever. And then apparently he got approached for Love Island All Stars last year, but she was like done with like faking breakups just so he could go back on TV. And then because he knew that this time, that's when he actually like completely deaded it off and then went on Love Island All Stars.
That's terrible, especially when you're like family. You're adding this false hope that it's for our family.
Yeah, it's for us. Yeah.
That's so mean. Imagine her as well having to watch like him graft, even if they did fake break up.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Apparently she said she had psychological like trauma from the situation of having to like hide everything. But like, not surprising if you'd have to watch your boyfriend flirting with other women on TV knowing that you're actually still together.
You would be thinking that you wouldn't be getting, I wouldn't be thinking that we'd be getting back together. I would be thinking like, oh my God, he's going to fall in love and that will be it. Because they do look like they fall in love, don't they?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess you kind of, if you're stuck with someone in a house, there is going to be some sort of feelings there. But I guess when you leave and you're actually in the real world, it wouldn't be that hard for those feelings just to go because you're back in your natural environment. And, you know, what's his name? Jack? Is it Jack? Jack and Joanna?
Yes.
Yes. Have you seen about that? So they actually confirmed their relationship recently, but he went on Love Island Games in 2023 and they were like apparently a thing around that time too. And then Joanna went on Love Island All Stars and then they'd been seen in similar places together for like quite a long time, but they've only just officially confirmed their relationship. So it does kind of look like they're both fake to break up or have never actually fully confirmed their relationship just so they could go back on the shows. And
God, it's such a rough world, actually.
it's
so
scary.
calculated.
It is.
So you don't think anyone's going to break up? Like you, or what would your guess be? I reckon they will, but who would the first one to do it be?
Sammy and Elmo.
I think so, yeah.
See, I would say more like, I don't know who I would say actually.
I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I would say Curtis and Ekin, but I feel like they both love the drama and they love the theatrics, and I feel like that's why people don't think it's genuine because
they're two theatre kids.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They're passionate.
Yeah, they play. I feel like they do play up for the cameras a lot, so that's why people think it's fake. But they're theatre kids. Like that's what they're like. They love it. They love the drama. So
We've learned so much from you, seriously.
really,
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on, honestly.
oh, thank you. I love yapping.
You gotta do this again when you're back with a
Yes.
Barcelonian husband.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, I will be coming back. I'm back in May, back in July. So I'm back
Perfect.
at
We
now.
got a
We got a hot
date.
girl summer date.
Yes, that's true. Yes, for sure. But thank you for having me. I've loved it in this lovely little room, and it smells lovely. So it's nice.